We take you now to Oakland, California, where the Alameda County Sheriff's Office is holding a press conference on the warehouse fire where artists lived and a party was going on. Let's listen in.
How does that sound? Can everyone still hear? Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Officer Jonna Watson. I'm one of the public information officers for the Oakland Police Department. Standing with me today is Sergeant Ray Kelly. He is the public information officer for the Alameda County Sheriff's Bureau, Sheriff's Office as well. What we want to start off with is thank you for helping us push out the message that we need to push out to our community. We know that there are many families who are wondering if their loved one is inside this building. So we're asking that media please come to where we are right now, which is International and Fruitvale, and not to where the families are gathering. Right now, the Sheriff's Office is trying to obtain information so we can help identify if someone's loved one was or was not inside the building. So we're asking media to please come here. This is a very sensitive time for our community, very sensitive time for the families, and we would like to assist them in verifying whether their loved one was or was not inside the building. A lot of social media messaging. We're asking those folks who have information and are sharing it on social media to please contact the Alameda County Sheriff's Bureau. They have a list. We want to compare information on the list. There will be maybe distinguishing marks such as tattoos, such as piercings, identifying marks that would help for us to identify and bring family closure, or also be able to verify whether the person was or was not their loved one inside the building. I'm going to turn it over right now to Sergeant Kelly. Sir.
So we're beginning the recovery and identification process inside the building. The building is very tricky to work. We have water that's still coming down on top of our people. There's beams, there's all sorts of wreckage and debris that we have to maneuver through. So we'll be working with fire to help us do that. This is not an easy task by any means, and we're asking people, if you have no business at the Family Assistance Center, please do not go there. We're asking the media to also respect the privacy of those families for now. Like Officer Watson said, we'll be doing the briefings here. The City of Oakland, in conjunction with the Sheriff's Office, will be releasing a statement. As we move forward, you will be hearing from city officials in regards to this. So at this point, we're in a recovery and identification process. And as we move forward, we'll be able to answer those questions. But there's a lot of unanswered questions right now. But please just be patient with us. The most important thing is assisting these families and keeping our first responders inside the building safe.
So are the numbers still the same around the area? Is it still 9 victims?
We have 9 confirmed victims. We believe there are more victims, but we're not going to get into the numbers game at this point. We do have numerous reports of missing persons, unaccounted for persons by family members. Some of these folks are not from within the United States. They're visitors. A lot of the people that are victims here are young people. And when I say young people, people in their 20s to 30s. And so they have families outside the area that we're talking to and dealing with. And so we're doing and orchestrating and coordinating all that through our Family Assistance Center.
Sergeant, yes, Kristen.
How deep have people been able to make it within the building? How deep have the Alameda County Sheriff's workers and firefighters been able to make it inside that?
I mean, it's just a task to get through the front door with all the debris and wreckage that's there. So we're slowly making our way in, and we have to go systematically, because any misstep on the part of our people could mean that they get injured or fall through a floor or have something fall on top of them. So,
Sergeant, how did you guys get to the 9 confirmed dead? How was that?
Those were visual identifications by fire and by first responders that were in the scene. They were able to identify 9 deceased people.
can you walk us through the process now from here on out, now that you're in the building, and also what agencies all are involved in the task force that's working on this?
So there will be an arson investigation. There will be an arson task force that will look into this. That will be a group of specialists and individuals who are from our local, state, and federal agencies. I would imagine every resource available to the city of Oakland will be available to them. I'm talking high-level crime lab assistance and crime scene reconstruction. So that will all take place in the coming days. We will be at this crime scene for days to come as we move forward, trying to make out and make sense of what happened here.
So is arson something that's suspected, or is that routine?
No.
And you also
But
reference to crime scenes.
There's no reason yet to suspect arson. However, you have to work these investigations at the worst case scenario and then downgrade from there. So you bring in all your experts, all your arson experts, and then you narrow it down to, was this an electrical issue? Was this some type of other, maybe pyrotechnic or something that lit a fire, or was there fires burning within there? You know, something as simple as a cigarette could cause a fire that could lead to something like this. So those are all things that need to be worked out by the experts.
Can you tell us everything? Hold on one second. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so the debris that you were mentioning in the front, and then the difficulty of entry you guys have had, could that have contributed to the high death toll that we're seeing?
You know, we're not experts in that. What the investigation will hopefully reveal those details. But anytime you have a collapse of a structure, you have fire, you have smoke, that can be deadly to people inside of a building. We know that when there's smoke and a lot of fire, and people they lose direction inside of a location, and that leads to events like this. So we're not going to sit here and speculate on how each victim may have died, but you know, this is just a tragedy, and there's no easy answers right now.
We know that there was a
Go ahead, Ollie.
Ollie, go ahead.
Hold on one second.
So,
Go ahead, Ollie.
could you speak a little bit about the building's history? City records show that there are prior habitability complaints and that there's been prior citations against the landlord for illegal habitation and illegal structures inside the building. Is that property?
Okay, Ollie, I'll go ahead and answer that question. Right now, the Oakland Police Department is focused on exactly your questions. There are a lot of questions that are being asked and a lot of answers we are looking to find. What is the history of the building? The occupancy of the building, if there are any codes or violations, all of those things we are looking into, and our city leaders will be talking about that later. Currently, we're not going to find all those answers out right now. We're very much focused on identifying those who are still missing, locating those who have suffered loss inside, who are deceased. Currently, we are looking at bringing closure to the families, and all of those questions about permits, about calls to the location, all of those we've already started the investigation and we're looking into it. But right now, we're going to be very focused on the recovery, working all of our agencies together, working as a city team, a city approach to find answers. And they may not come today or within the next couple hours, but we'll certainly find answers.
Have you been able to talk to any party goers? Have they described what the situation was like and how some of them escaped?
What we can share with you is we have talked to folks who have come out, individuals who were at this location and either left prior to the fire or were able to get out, and that is a joint investigation that all of us will be looking into, from the Oakland Fire Department to the Alameda County Sheriff's Office to the Oakland Police Department, ATF. We'll all be working together for that information. We won't go into any details about what they said because this is an investigation.
Just a little detail.
And at this time, I want to share with you, it is not deemed a crime scene. I want to make that perfectly clear. It is not deemed a crime scene. Sergeant Kelly stated it earlier. We are all working with our expert teams in case this investigation takes a different turn. If it takes a different turn where it deems to be a crime scene, then we already have our personnel here working side by side with investigators as we move through this process. What I would like to do, I know you have a lot of questions, and we understand that, and we want to find answers for you. We'll share with you that we are going to have a city press conference including the mayor, the city administrator, the fire chief, other leaders of the city. We'll make that announcement, but right now we'd like to return to the scene to see if there's any additional information that we could share with you. So this will conclude this portion of our update.
I just want to add. I want to add one thing. Our local hospitals have been getting a lot of phone calls, and it's really bombarding their system. We did not have a lot of victims go to the hospital. It appears that people either made it out or they didn't make it out. There's not a lot of other injuries that have been reported to us at this time. So I would direct all those calls not to the hospitals, but to the family assistance number that we've put out. That's 510-382-3000. So if you could 510-382-3000. We have personnel answering those calls, and we would ask that you not tie up the phone lines at the hospitals in case we need them for other events going on.
Let me also share this. Everything we just discussed here and at the previous briefing, if you were not here, we're about to send that information out. I will step over to the side, and so will Sergeant Kelly. If you are not on our press contact list, please provide us with your information. We'll be happy to forward the information to you. We want everyone to be informed. We want everyone to have the information, so we collectively can message to our city and to the families who are watching this that may not be in the area. They may be on the other side of the world or in another state, and we certainly want to keep everyone informed.
Well, that'll be it. We'll see you in about an hour, okay? Thank you.